Hey, hi, we're back. So if you are here, say your name. Last time I had somebody I didn't recognize, and so I think their username was parking. So please tell me who you are so I can know who you are. Uh, and so I know who you are. Okay, so we're doing language right now. So if you are on here, Miss Palmer, tell me you're here. Miss Palmer, can you hear me? I'll wait until someone's on here. I'm not gonna, don't know if anyone's here. I was just talking to that family. Colin is on. Hey guys. Okay, what we're gonna do. Okay. Okay. You need your workbook for language. Okay. And we're gonna go through page I want you to go back to page 167. Open your book to page 167. We're going to go review some things and then we're going to review for your test to make sure you have ready for your test tomorrow. And then so on your test tomorrow, you do need to know plurals. You do need to know the rules for plurals. So remember when you're studying, use your book to help you study. The rules for plurals are on page 148. 148. So when you're studying, you need to know those rules. So when we're on page 167, okay, you need to make sure that you remember how you change a plural. Those are on there. If you do your plurals and you spell them wrong, they will be counted as wrong. So you have to spell them correctly. So if we look at page 167, everybody needs to be on page 167. So when we have cherry, it ends with a Y and it has an R before it. So we change the Y to an I and then we add ES. Okay, so cherry is to be CHERRIES. Dress, you wouldn't say dress, like you would add an ES at the end. A tornado ends with an O, so you would add an ES. We are page 167. 167. Pencil is rule number 1. So pencils is PENCILS. Box is one of our rules that ends with an X. So you have to add what? ES. BOXES. Calf is calves because it ends on an F. We're going to change it to a V. So CALVES. Okay. No, not boxier. No. BOXES. Blendina. Boxes. Okay. All right. Diary ends with a Y. So when we have Y's, remember on your test tomorrow, what do we do with Y's? You have to change it to a I and add ES. Okay. Okay. Parking is Kansky. Kansky, make sure when you sign on, you have to say your name. We didn't know who parking was. So you got to make sure you say Kansky is here. Okay. All right. Chimney. Chimney ends with a Y, but are we going to change it to I? No, because it has an E before it. So we're going to just add an S. So chimney should be CHIMNEYS. Key is the same thing. If it has a vowel before the Y, you wouldn't change the Y to an I. You would say KEYS. Cello is our musical instrument rule. So every time there's a musical instrument, you always just add an S at the end. Donkeys, same rule as keys, E, and then there's a Y, then there's S. Tornado was ES, Sammy, ES. How about sheep? Some words, they stay the same, right? Sheep, there's no such thing as sheeps, right? So sheep is just sheep. You got to be careful on your test tomorrow. If they give you one and it stays the same, it's just sheep. 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 And then waltz is waltzes. Okay? Because it's ends in Z. And then last one is niece, and you add an S at the end. Again, when you're studying, go back to page 148. Those were all your rules are to study. 148. Okay? Waltz is ES, Gianna. Okay. We're not remember B, we're going to we're not going to talk about it because we're going to talk about it on your test when we review. Diagramming is on your test. One thing Miss Palmer noticed when she was checking your diagramming that some of you sent in is that you are not underlining verbs. Okay, so look at number 1. It says Mark raked the leaves and cleaned the garage. What are the verbs in that sentence? Raked. Okay, that's only one of them. Raked. There's another one. He did something else. He raked and cleaned. Very good. Okay, so you underline them 2 times. Who raked and cleaned? Who raked and cleaned? Pretend this is your test. Who raked and cleaned? Mark. Very good, Sammy. So if this was your diagram, do you need a rocket ship? Would you need a rocket ship? Yes, you would. Okay. So you would need a rocket ship on the verb side. Okay. So you would have Mark, rocket ship, raked. Who drives always? And, right? And is always driving. And cleaned. Very good, Sabrina. Okay. Now, I want you to look down at number 4. Miss Palmer noticed a lot of you were missing not so much verbs when there was 2 verbs, but if there was a verb phrase. Remember, a verb phrase is when you have more than like a helping verb with a main verb. So look at number 4. Go to number 4. Blandina, no. No pictures. The horses have been running in the pasture. What's the verb? Have been running. Lily's already on top of it. Very good. Have been running. The whole thing. That is only one verb. Have been running. Who has been running? Who has been running? What's your subject? Who have been running? Horses. Very good. So, do you need a rocket ship? Horses have been running. Do you need a rocket ship? If this was your test tomorrow, do you need a rocket ship for that? No. You're right, Kansky. No, you don't. Because you would just put have been running on the verb side, line on the other side, you would put horses. It's one line. That's it. One line. Okay? So make sure that you don't split up the verbs like when you have um, helping verbs with main verbs, verb phrases. All right. Let's look at page 168. 168. I'm going to go over the answers to 168 and then we'll talk about your test. Okay, I know this page is tough because it has a lot of review, but some of you, I'm just going to pick if you're here to answer the question. We're going to try this, okay? So, not everybody answer. So, everybody stop talking. I know if you're here. So, nobody else type unless I ask you to type, okay? So, nobody else type. Stop. All right, so number one. So this Addison, this is for you. Okay, 168. You should have this page. It's in your book. It's in your language book. All right, the name for a word that names one thing. Okay, just Addison. What is the name for one thing? Addison, write your answer. What do you think? The name for one thing. The name for one thing. All right, let's see. Number two. Gabby, do you know the name for one thing? Very good. Singular. Everybody needs to write singular. Singular is the correct answer. All right. Singular is number one's answer. All right. Scarlett, you're here, right? Are you here, Scarlett? Say yes. Are you here, Scarlett? Okay. Val, I don't know why you're saying done. Val, don't talk unless it's your turn. Okay, Val. Okay. Scarlett, here's your question. Number two, a word that takes the place of a noun. This is what we've been learning about this chapter. Very good. Pronoun. She got it right. Pronoun. All right. Number three. Number three was Scarlett. Number five, Autumn. Are you here? Autumn. Don't remember if Autumn signed in. Autumn. Did Autumn sign in? I can't remember who signed in. Autumn. Uh, 6, 7. Ian, are you here? Ian, you're here. Ian, what's a sentence that shows strong feeling? Ian, what's a sentence that shows strong feeling? What's a sentence that shows strong feeling? Exclamatory. Very good. All right. Okay. Ian, Belle. I know you're here. Belle, what's the opposite of a proper noun? Oh, Eli. Eli's here. Eli. This one's for Eli. What's the opposite of a proper noun? You have proper or what? Does anyone want to help him out? What's the opposite of proper? Anybody can help. What's the opposite of a proper? Common. Very good. Okay. All right. Belle. What's it called? What do we draw when we put the subject and verb on it? What's it called when you put the subject and verb on it? We draw. What's that called? Belle? Diagram. Very good. Gianna, what's the punctuation that comes between city and state? Very good. Comma. Dalton's not here. Jasmine, are you here? Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine or Jessica or anybody, answer this question. Okay. What type of note? Okay, Jasmine. What type of note do you write what type of note is written by vacationers? We learned about that when we were learning about letter writing. What's that note called? This is number 7. Postcard. Very good. Postcard. All right. Number 8. Jessica, this is for you. State of what kind of verbs are am, is, are, was, were. What kind of verbs are those? State of what? Being. Very good. All right. Stephanie, what kind of punctuation do you use in a contraction? Does anybody know what kind of punctuation you use in a contraction? Very good. Apostrophe. Apostrophe. All right. I'm going to keep going through to get through this, and then we'll get to our test. Okay. Number 10. A noun for which the pronoun stands. You should be able, when you have a pronoun like Miss Schmelzo is going She is going outside. She will be outside later. It is an antecedent. If you know any of the answers, just type them in, okay? What kind of verbs are shall, has? Those are helping verbs. That's number 11, helping. The possessive form of she, when it belongs to, it's not she, this isn't she phone, it's her phone. It's her phone. It's hers. Okay. What's a word that shows action? We learned this is a verb. Okay, verb. Number 13, verb. We learned about sentences all the way back in the beginning of the year. Number 14. What's a sentence that gives a command? Imperative. Imperative. Number 15 comes after the complete subject, the complete predicates, which is a complete verb. What do you write? A note to show you appreciate a gift is a thank you note. Number 16. Thank you. Thank you. Number 17. Who or what is the sentence about? The subject. Uh, 18. Nouns with capital letters are proper. Number 19. Expresses a complete thought. The very first thing we learned about? Sentence. 19. Sentence. Number 15 was predicate. Number 20. Punctuation for the title of the book. You need to underline it. Underline it. Number 21. Sentence that asks a question. Interrogative. Number 22. What does not express a complete thought? When it's missing a part, it's not a sentence anymore. It's a what? Fragment. Okay, it's not there anymore. It's fragment. Number 23. Names a person, place, thing, or idea. It's a noun. Number 23. Number 24. The name for more than one thing is plural. Number 25. Sentence that makes a statement is a declarative statement. 26. A punctuation in a Bible reference is a colon. Like Psalm 91, you put your colon. Those are the two dots. Colon. 27. A person's exact words are quotation. Quotation. 28. A joining word for compound subjects and verbs. And. A-N-D. 29. Tells to whom a letter is written. Greeting. Dear Grandma. Greeting. 30. Connected subjects with the same verb. Compound. Compound subjects. Or when you have the same verb. 31. The part of the letter with your address. Heading. That's where you put the address and your name and the date. 32. The part of the letter with your name. Signature. And the last one. How many parts of speech are there? There are 8. 8 parts of speech. Okay. All right. So, we're going to talk about what's on your test tomorrow. So, you need to know the pronoun chart. Remember, that's in your book. If you guys want to take notes, or you can go back and listen to this video. But the pronoun chart, you need to know it. It is on page 159. 159. It's just like in your quiz where it had missing parts. Okay. So make sure the pronouns you know. You need to know if a pronoun is singular or plural. So let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you if this is singular or plural. Okay. So if you think it's singular, I want you to type 1. If you think it's plural, I want you to type 2. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. You can always go back to watch the video and see the answers to the questions or ask your friends, but this is review for your test. If you think this pronoun is singular, put in number 1. If you think it's plural, put in number 2. Okay? All right. We. Singular 1, plural 2. We. I'm waiting for you to answer. So write it. If you think that's singular, put 1. Put 2 if you think it's plural, put 2. Okay, you should have put 2. It is plural. That's plural. We. Like we. I wish we were together, but we're not. Okay, ready? Stop. Okay, you only put okay, here we go. Me. Me. Is that singular or plural? Me. Me. Very good. Me. 1. Me. Okay. All right. How about there? There. There. What do you think? There. They're having a party. Is that singular or plural? They're having a party. 2. That's a lot of them there. They're not allowed to. They're supposed to be by themselves. All right. Us. 1 or 2? Us. Lily, 22. Wow, that's a lot of people. 2. Yeah, us. Like, there's a lot of us together. It. It. 1 or 2? It. 1. It. It's just a singular. Okay. It. The cat sat by the it's all by itself. Okay. It's just one cat sitting there by itself. Okay. It's alone. Okay. So you got to be able to do that tomorrow, right? You got to know the chart. You got to be able to tell if something has an apostrophe in it, is it a possessive pronoun? The answer is no. Okay. So it's a contraction. So make sure you don't mark it down as a pronoun. Okay. All right. I'm sure you're all saying yes, ma'am, at your house. Say yes, ma'am, to your mother, and then they'll say yes to you. Okay. All right. You need to be able to fill in sentences. They'll give you a sentence with a pronoun at the end. You pick and choose how it works. That's how you need to know this chart. You have to be able to know this chart. Okay. And then when you fill in the sentences, they'll give you the word at the end. You have to be able to figure out how to use it. Okay. Are you going to use, remember, this, you have a subjunctive, that's the subject. Objective, that's the object. You already have a subject. So the objective is in the middle of the sentence. And then you have possessive. Possessive is, that means something owns something. It's hers, it's mine, it's theirs. Okay. So think about how the pronouns being used in the sentence. Remember what I taught you about pronouns. Don't sit at your house with your test in front of you and forget everything you've learned. Parents, some of you have forgotten pronouns. We'll do a private session later tonight if you want to teach you about pronouns. But subjects are subjects. Um, uh, Objective is in the middle, and possessive is ownership. That just basically is a simple way of remembering the 3 categories. Then there's plurals. You have to spell the plurals correctly. Okay. Then there's sentences with contractions. Remember, the difference between contractions and possessives is that if you can break it apart in the sentence, then you don't use the possessive. So if it's and it has a, like if you can say it is, and that is the correct word. But if you can't say it is, then you don't use that word. And then there is some diagramming. No rocket ships. No rocket ships. Okay. So if you have any other questions, I think you'll do fine. Review all of the blue parts of what the pronoun chapter. Make sure that you understand pronouns. Practice that chart. Make sure you know your plural rules, and you will do fabulous. Gianna, you have a question? What? What's your question, Gianna? Okay, if you have a question, then have your parents email it to me, okay? All right, so I'm signing off now, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Bible. There is no Bible class. You will be you will be checking with your you will be Skyping with either me or Miss Palmer. No Bible lesson on here, and then you'll have a language test. So I don't know if we'll go live. I might go live to do a history review with you tomorrow. But I'll let your parents know. And math. Yes, we will have math tomorrow. Never mind. I forgot about math. Good luck on your math test today. And I'm going to email parents about Spelling City. Colin's mom is going to help me out with that because I know it's driving you all nuts. We are going to figure it out. Everything is work in progress, so please um, give me time and patience. Believe me, I am up to the midnight hours working on trying to get you guys all set up and figure this all out. So please just be patient with me. I'm going to send you an email about she's going to talk to me. We're going to figure this out together. So still love me, and I'm trying to figure this out. We will figure it out. Trust me. And love you. Talk to you later. Have a good rest of your day. And I'm emailing the parents about Spelling City. Love you. Bye.